Hello again from White Rose Media. I'm doing a new video about the ongoing Brett Cooper drama. She dropped some trailer videos today that caused another blow up on the internet. The big talk and lots of web YouTube sites. So I thought I would do a little bit of analysis of what I saw in the video. The look of her new set seems to be a lot like the original set of comments section, which I think is probably what her vision that she presented to the Daily Wire looked like. The original set kind of looked like a dorm room with books stacked up on a shelf, and books figure very greatly in her new trailer videos. And I thought I would take a look into what those seem to represent. So I'm going to go ahead and play the last half of her trailer.
The world you desired can be won. It exists, it is real, it is possible, it's yours. But to win it requires your total dedication and a total break with the world of your past. Fight for the value of your person. Fight for the virtue of your pride. Fight with the radiant certainty and the absolute rectitude of knowing that yours is the morality of life and that yours is the battle for any achievement, any valor, any grandeur, any goodness, any joy that has ever existed on this earth.
Are you ready, Brett?
I'm ready.
And in her video, she uses books as set dressing a lot, and I think they're more than just set dressing. I think they give us clues into her thinking, her motivations as she created her new show, things that she was meditating upon, dealing with. The first one that she spends a lot of time on in the video is this ethical theory, which, as the little blurb below says, has various sections on ethical theories such as egoism, virtue ethics, divine command theory, and consequentialism. And so I think that she is looking at doing a show where she explores these sorts of issues more, a little bit more of an intellectual deep dive into issues. And then the second image that appeared was a stack of books, and I think that it's not just color blocking here, that she's stacked these books for a reason. She has the Holy Bible on top, The Anxious Generation, which is a book about how smartphones and technology have affected young people today and how they interact with the world. This book seems to be the most personal one. The themes of the book deal with dealing with erratic and unpredictable and sometimes dangerous human behavior and being raised in a chaotic environment. So I think it's sort of an autobiographical statement on her part here. This book probably reflects some of the stuff that she's been going through, dealing with what happened at the Daily Wire and her disappointment in the people around her there. And she's reflected recently, especially at the TPE USA event, about how her upbringing formed her, and it was very chaotic and difficult upbringing, and that theme is explored in this book. So I think that's a reference to the things she's going through. Pride and Prejudice, I don't know, it's a great book. I love that book, but in this case I suspect it's there to hold up the others. I can't quite think of any reason why that would play a thematic position in what she's doing next. And then again, this one, I'm not sure, maybe it's just color blocking. She's blocking a lot of yellow here, but Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club could be sort of a reference to her current life in Tennessee. It's about rural small town life and how there's something very wholesome, fulfilling about that sort of life. So there could be a sort of a self-referential thing about her current life with her farm in Tennessee. And then the final one is the voiceover that she uses in her video is like the most prominently featured book. It's from Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged, and the voiceover is Ayn Rand reading from the book. And the quotation that's the central quotation in this is, "The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours." And I think how this plays into what she's doing is mostly Ayn Rand deals with the individual who's a bit of an iconoclast, nonconformist, who has a big idea, has to fight and to fulfill their individual vision. And I think that's how she is feeling now, that she was sort of stunned by how things went at the Daily Wire, and now she's fighting against forces to create her own individualistic vision. A lot of people think that Ayn Rand's objectivism is about being selfish, and she used that term selfishness as sort of a troll to get people fired up. But it's really the idea that, as it says here, Rand thought man should pursue his rational self-interest. This means you don't sacrifice yourself to others, and you don't sacrifice others to yourself. You don't act rudely or thoughtlessly. You don't lie. You don't cheat. And in this book, there's a lot of it. I don't see how you could make that work with objectivism, other than a couple of these. I think egoism and virtue ethics would be the easiest types of ethical theory to make intertwine with objectivism. Egoism is the idea that your individuality is central. Virtue ethics is the individual is the core of virtue, is how the person behaves is the core of virtue. And in Ayn Rand's objectivism, you're supposed to behave well towards yourself first and towards others. So I think you could probably make those two work with objectivism. I'm not sure how the others would fit in. So what I'm seeing here is that she's had gone through some stuff recently, had a lot to think about, and is going to be doing a show that is in some ways a lot more thoughtful and in depth in dealing with difficult issues. And she's just been kind of like thrown into that recently. But we'll see in a couple of days when the actual show it drops and we get to see actually what she's doing. And that's my most recent take. I'm sure there'll be more stuff coming up in the next couple of days, and then another big event when our show does finally air. So I'll probably follow up with that one then. And that's all from now from the White Rose Media.